What's going on?
What up? What up?
What time is it? It's 2:31 a.m. in the morning. We're here. Oh man.
Yeah.
Loki.
What's up, man? Wakey,
Oh,
wakey.
man. Loki, man.
Loki keeping you up.
Yeah, sure. Man, I wasn't sure what to expect from this show.
Yeah.
I was excited for it. Very excited for it. I just didn't know like what the actual caliber of the show is going to be. But I'm very glad that it turned out the way it has so far. I know it was only one episode, but just in that one episode, I've gotten such a better vibe than WandaVision, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, I'm not sure about you, but
absolutely, yeah. I mean, this show blows those two out of the water for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and for me, it was. Yeah, I agree. It was last week's episode was pretty shocking in a few ways. I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know that everybody like necessarily realizes it or anything, but like the fact that like Infinity Stones are in it, like and all these other things that were kind of revealed, like it was a lot. It was big stuff. It was big stuff.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought I did that intro. I forgot I labeled it Watch Party Episode 1. I thought I just did like that. Like, if you look at this thing right here, I thought I did it for everything. Get this comment out of here. Yeah. See, I put it season 1.
Right.
I thought I did season 1, and then I just realized that I didn't. I put episode 1 on that.
Episode 1.
I'll update it for next time. But so and we know that when we jump into Loki to the first episode, we kind of began where I thought we were going to begin, and that was with the Avengers sequence, right?
Yes.
So we get reminded of how that happened and what the actual time variance occurs, how it occurs and where it occurs. And the next thing you know, we see Loki kind of drop off and crash land, and then get picked up by the time variance authority pretty quickly. So the whole episode really for episode 1 took place in the time variance authority building, and then subsequently in their little like city thing.
Right. In the TV, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So they must have their own little city, or somewhere. Where do you think that is?
I don't know, man. That was super cool, and even then, Loki looked at Mobius and he's like, "There's not." So I don't know what that is, or it does look like this futuristic type city, right? You have flying cars and some crazy stuff, but I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe a city is it? I guess, yeah, maybe, because all these guys got to live somewhere, right?
Right. And so basically, though, this is like the second time we've seen some version of like a futuristic city that is somewhere on the planet that has kept technology away from the regular world, right? So Wakanda has really, by all means, a futuristic city, with the implementation, Jesus, of vibranium. And here with the TVA, they're definitely far more advanced than the regular Earth is.
Absolutely,
yet they keep that from the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
And they're relatively little known. Yeah,
and we gotta remember too, these guys aren't even necessarily in a time frame.
This is true.
They're not even in a universe, so it's kind of weird to say it's a city or where it's like, because they're just like they're kind of in limbo,
Yeah, for sure. It's so weird though, because eagle-eyed viewers. So some things go on, and Loki gets put on trial basically, and that's where all like even just in the first episode, people were able to speculate and form all these fan theories. Just from the first episode, right? Because we get things like this, like right in back of her.
Yeah,
I mean, that
look at
looks
that.
just
That is
like
Kane, dude.
it looks like a deformed.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, this angle doesn't flatter this little statue thing too well, but that looks like that, you know.
Yep.
So that looks pretty goddamn similar in the sense that I mean, look at the eye structure and everything.
Yeah,
You
it's
see what I'm
straight out of
saying?
the absolutely. It is. I mean, that's Kanan. I mean, yeah, like you said, this first episode dropped so much, and it was cool because it's like none of the other shows did that in their first episode. The other shows, for almost for the entirety of the series, we were asking who's the villain, what's happening. It was a lot of confusion until those final episodes. This one was a straight up like, here it is. This is our show. This is what we're gonna be about, and you get the end game. We're going after another Loki from another unit. So it's just kind of like it's familiar to Marvel, but it was also unique in that there was so much we've never seen before. The TVA, this little city in limbo, multiple versions of these characters, Infinity Stones and the Tesseract with no power. There's just a lot. There was a lot.
Yeah, I thought the Infinity Stone, that whole sequence was really powerful. It
I
was super
loved
powerful
that. Man, when
because
he set up, oh,
I forget who said it on one of our shows, but the fact that something that or these things that really like led the Infinity Saga, right? Now
yeah.
we see them and they're just powerless.
Useless.
They're just what did I think they use them as paperweights or something like that. Some joke. That's what they are. The Infinity Stones are just some joke, along with Dominic Toretto's necklace or whatever
and,
you said that was.
Yeah, right. And Richard Boner and or Ralph Boner and the Mandarin. Yeah, Marvel likes to toy with us a little bit. Real quick, hey, shout out everyone in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yep.
Yes, to answer the question, Cameron, we will be moving to Twitch once the episode starts. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that, hey, Tuesday nights, don't watch Loki alone. Watch it with us. So make sure and share, send some super chats, join our membership program, and yeah, that's my plug.
Yeah, and are you excited for the show? If you are a member of the channel, you can feel free to once the show starts, once it or maybe like 5 minutes before, you could pop in and watch with us. All that we ask is that you don't ruin the show for others.
Yeah,
react and by all means, just no talking over the whole thing. We don't want any Jack Sheriffs while we're watching the show and they just keep talking and so we didn't get an answer to my question last week. I don't know if we'll get an answer to it in this episode either, but who the hooded figure actually is. I know we got a hint when at the end of this episode 1 he says who or Loki proper asks basically who you're hunting, and Owen Wilson says you, and that's
you, man.
And then we get this sequence.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's pretty obvious that that's Mephisto and that this show is headed towards a Mephisto villain. I know they said Loki, but look, guys, we know Marvel likes to trip us up, and I'm telling you guys that devil in the details. I think it's Lady Loki. If in all realness, I think it's Lady Loki. I really do think we're gonna get to see. Again, I rewatched even the trailer a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, we might even see the President Loki and all these different things in this episode. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, and I think we might learn or see who this hooded figure was.
Okay. I know one thing. So this is something that we didn't really talk about too much during, throughout this week,
right.
But there was some other so this thing,
Oh yeah, I mentioned it, but I didn't get to go into it. Yep, yep.
So
Yeah.
we kind of, I know that they get into talking because the question that was on my mind once the TVA was like made themselves known, the question in my mind became, all right, then why didn't you step in when the Avengers
Of
basically
course.
rerouted
Changed.
a lot of timelines? Yeah,
Yeah.
and their answer for this was basically in a way of kind of a throwaway line
It was
that the
supposed to
Avengers
happen.
were supposed to do what they did.
Right.
However, the Avengers were supposed to do what they did, but was Captain America supposed to do what he did?
Exactly.
Right. And I
Exactly. And
think
look,
that's the reason we see Peggy Carter. Obviously, we're not going to see Steve Rogers. He's a little bit too expensive for one throwaway shot like this. Like you can't even,
right.
we can't even really confirm that's her. But I mean, come on.
That's
Come
definitely
on.
not the actress, but they got some girl that looks very much like her.
Something that they can do a throw like
exactly.
This is dead on. I mean, between like
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but between even the way her chest looks, like you can tell it's
everything.
Peggy Carter. And I really don't like to say that, but it's so much to be. It's so like they wanted that to be her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
her.
I agree.
And
nobody can tell me that was not Peggy Carter. And like you said, I'll be honest, that was my main question. Was even okay. The Avengers they went back and fixed it, but Cap was probably not supposed to do what he did. So that was my question: is why didn't the TVA step in there? So that's an interesting little hint. And then you think about it too. Since Endgame, they've been everybody from the writers to the Russo brothers have been teasing that Cap's story may not be finished yet, or Chris Evans may not be finished,
right.
with the MCU just yet. And everybody's wondering, oh God, don't bring him back to life or anything. And it may not be that; it just may be the story of, what happened in the in between there.
Yeah.
Which I'd be all in for.
Yeah, I said like such an easy win for Disney Plus would be a series where Captain America goes and puts the stones back and his trials and tribulations throughout that. That's an easy win. Or maybe some multiverse version of Captain America.
And look, I know you said he's probably expensive, like you said, but he's not beyond TV. He did Defending Jacob on Apple TV, and that was like after Endgame and after.
And it was really good, actually.
It was phenomenal.
They filmed that right around here. And
really?
Yeah. Well, most of it, because it's takes place in Newton. Newton, Massachusetts.
Right.
And for a lot of it, they used actual Newton. And it's only 20 minutes away from here.
Oh wow! Very
so cool. I got to go peek around the sets and stuff. But
yeah.
But yeah, so if you want to join us for the entire episode, go to twitch.tv/popculturecorner. Make sure to follow us on Twitch. We've been doing a lot of event streams over there, mainly boxing. I know that's really weird for us, but we went from 30 Twitch followers to 300 in 2 streams just for boxing. So there's a hard market for it. I did obviously invest some money into some pay-per-views, but But so what did Cameron say? I doubt Lady Loki is the entire plot. I feel like this could be wrapped up by the end of this episode. Oh God. Mephisto, I didn't see where this was going. Mephisto is clearly the end goal here.
That's my boy.
Oh my God.
Look, man. He is clearly where Marvel has been telling us we're going for the past 2 shows now.
Yeah. I'm gonna
based on The Fly on the Wall.
I'm gonna get on Disney here and
start looking for it.
Yeah, and start looking for it.
That's it, guys. You can tell we're desperate. We're waiting for this to drop.
I'm not desperate.
I'm desperate.
I'm not desperate. Don't call me desperate. I'm just kidding.
But
what do you think of this show so far? What would you give it as far as we've only seen one episode of it, but
well, I could I'll rate the first episode. First episode for me is
Cruella is streaming now.
Say what?
Cruella is now streaming on Disney Plus. Do you know that?
Shut the front door. I'll watch it if it's free.
Yeah, it says right on there right now.
Wow.
It says Krilla now streaming. Yeah, now streaming. I didn't know that.
Wow.
How come I
Well,
didn't know that?
I didn't know.
I mean, I'm not interested in so the episode drops last week. It dropped at like 2:58 p.m. So we got, I know you got 10 minutes of our terrible banter. But if you're a member and you do want to join, you can join now. I'll share the link with you if you reach out. I'm more than happy to. How many times are you gonna? One. These are all different messages, by the way.
Chandru.
But yeah, but again, do you think that there's any credibility to this Kang thing? And basically what people are saying is that Kang, or there's some fan theories going around that there's actually multiple fan theories going around. One is that Loki is setting up mutants. I'm not sure about that. That one's maybe a little bit far-fetched. However, it's not out of the realm of possibilities by any means. You know, anything is possible, I suppose. So absolutely, mutants. Yeah. There's another one that Kang is a time keeper.
Yeah.
Which that would change the comic book origins,
and that's fine. I actually really, really like that idea. I really do. That he's like a time, like kind of like Thanos. He's a timekeeper, but bad intentions, you know?
Yeah. And so then we have that one. Yep. The Kang is a timekeeper. There's also another one that Kang is not a timekeeper, but that the TVA has alternate agendas, and maybe Kang, has something to do with it. But that there is no timekeeper. And that it's like a corrupt organization, and that Owen Wilson maybe has ulterior motives. Now, you said something about that.
Yeah, that would be interesting, too, because obviously, as we know, Marvel's been on the political correct, front. So that would be, big in addressing, don't trust the government and all that fun stuff, and I could very much see that being a plausible thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's kind of cool. That there's already like so many fan theories and it's just episode 1.
Man.
There was hella fan theories for WandaVision too, but WandaVision, the first 2 episodes were just so dumb and strange and I just couldn't stand them. But I mean, that's just me personally. Falcon and Winter Soldier, the first episode, there was not as many fan theories, but this one has really gotten people excited for the MCU again.
Yes.
I mean, I'm excited for the MCU simply not because of the Eternals, not because of Shang-Chi, not because of Black Widow. God forbid that movie ever airs. Cruella's already streaming on Disney Plus, but Black Widow, God forbid, we get it. And so far the Disney Plus series have not been what I thought they were going to be.
Right.
And but this show is making me question that whole thing. Right.
So, and this is like, this is their big one. This was meant to be their big one. And, I think it's only going to get better and better, hopefully. I do think if we don't see Kane, we'll get a direct mention of him. Or something. I also hold to the theory that Mobius might be a timekeeper as well, because there are certain things.
I said that as well, I think.
That he does. Yeah. There are certain things that he does that are just very interesting. That you mentioned. When he walks up to the judge and they're they have that little back and forth. And what he says, kind of referencing,
it's like, why would he say that if he's not usually the one that she's looking up to, which you would assume that he means that looking up to him meant like he's the boss, right?
Right.
Like that encounter just seemed so directly placed.
Yeah,
like he's really like, and he's being like coy about it. He's like, oh, this angle's nice. Like this is,
it suits you.
It suits you. Like yada yada. So clearly, like maybe the timekeepers disagreed on something, whether it be Loki specifically, or something else that happens.
Yeah.
And then they kind of have a disagreement, and maybe Owen Wilson's the odd man out, and they're like, well, nope, like you have to go figure this out. Now,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
And
go
that's the thing.
handle
Yeah.
it.
She's very serious in that, she tells him, this is on you. You screw this up, it's on you, and
Yeah.
why
No
I
one
feel like
seems
he
to
would just
question the
say
Loki
that.
part.
And I feel like, yeah, that's right. And I feel like
How
nobody
he's working with, like, because
the TVA,
everyone seems to be against Loki being worked with,
but
our
they do it.
Loki,
But it's
except
happening.
no one can stop it.
Exactly. And so, yeah, you think, plus she probably wouldn't say that to any other what other agent has like that much power and authority that's like, oh, it's on you. Like what? Unless you're like a hierarchy, or in a hierarchy. Is it up?
It's up.
Oh, they did us good this week.
Yep, they did us 8 minutes early, ladies and gentlemen.
So
All right,
guys, here we go. Yes.
All right. So jump over to Twitch now. We'll give you a couple minutes to get over there, but let me put it in here. Twitch.tv/pop culture corner. Join us for Loki, guys. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get over there. While you're going to hear the outro music for YouTube and Facebook.